Hello YouTube, just thought to make a quick video. This is an airbox off my Honda Varadero 125. There you go. You don't need to take all the airbox off for this mod. This basically was just a spare airbox I'd got anyway, so I used the lid so I could just swap the lids. Anyway, excuse me. It's got this stupid bung thing on the front which splits the air, which is really narrow. Obviously I cut that off, and also I drilled a hole in the top. Get better air into the engine. The reason I did this was two reasons really. One, I noticed my bike was running really lean, and I couldn't figure out why. I'd got really dark plugs. It says on the internet it's usually airflow sensors on the exhaust. I've cleaned them, it's still the same. It runs a bit better, but it was still the same. And after a bit of digging around and having a look and scratching my head, I realised that the air intake was actually very restricted. I'm not so sure it's necessarily that bad on every Varadero. The reason it was more restricted on my Varadero was because I've had it street fighted, and all the excess wiring and relays, sorry. Fuel pump and indicator blinkers and I can't remember. I think it's like 3 or 4 relays anyway. They usually fasten outside a bike, and for some reason they all got stuffed into like a little crevice what's sat here, like in the frame, and it was all stuffed in there. Like the relays sort of stuffed in the side of the frame, and it was like practically there from where the rubber is. So it was like probably about that much gap to get air into airbox. And I figured originally I just cut this off. You could do that anyway, it's not a bad idea, because this part makes it quite restricted anyway, so you could probably just cut that off anyway. It wouldn't hurt anything. But because like I said, on the limited space I'd got, where the original airtake was, I just thought fuck it and cut a circular hole in the top. I mean, the tank, like I say, it's probably that far anyway, you know what I mean? So more air the better. I have tried this on my bike and it does seem to be a lot better. The plugs are looking a nicer colour. They're more your normal tanny colour as opposed to black. And I'm not 100% sure, but if I'm right in saying the O2 sensor should automatically pick up the fact that the bike's getting more air, and therefore add a little bit more fuel to balance it out. And technically speaking, that should increase more performance. Yeah, I'm not 17. I'm not banging on about performance too much. I doubt it to make a 50 horsepower or something ridiculous. It's only 125. I'm not banging on that. I'm saying it'll obviously help a little, as much as it can on a 125. Anyway, if you've got a 125 and you don't necessarily have to cut this pole like I did, because my situation's obviously a lot different to what yours is. But I definitely recommend removing this bung though. It's just like, if it's a pressure fit, it's forced in. They just get the old knife of Rooney and just chop it off, guillotine it off. I recommend doing that. That is a very good idea on any Varadero, because this part's reasonably restricted anyway. But I've only gone to the extra step of doing that because of all the excessive wiring and stuff rammed in here for the modification. But there you go. Thought I'd share it. It's either useful to anybody. I know some people say, oh, you shouldn't fucking modify your airbox, it ruins this, that, or that. Not really. It would be if you did it on the other side, obviously, because you'd be bypassing filter. But at this point it's fine. It's not going to make any negative impacts on the engine, should I say. More air the better, really. And especially with modern bikes, because like I said, they've got airflow sensors, oxygen sensors and things on the exhaust, and they can automatically compensate anyway. There you go. Anyway, there you go. Quick and fast, I guess. Adios. If you like my stuff, then subscribe. If you don't, then, well, don't. Simple as that. See you later, boys and girls. Have fun.